an ancient Navajo word. It means stop. An ancient Navajo word. It means stop. It's an ancient Navajo word. It means stop. Ancient Navajo word. It means stop.
We got time. We'll go back through the arroyo.
Well, that's convenient, ain't it?
Pardon me?
It'll be long gone. Maybe that's what you want, Pat.
What I want is for you to cork your goddamn government mouth, mister. And the next time you address me common, I will put you on your prissy little ass. How the hell did you get him to do that, huh? What's that mean anyway? I'd say.
It's an ancient Navajo word. It means stop.
With the people responsible for genocide, that relief work has stopped. Robin Denslow reports.
The million refugees in the bleak, sprawling... And the linebacker's going to stay right underneath. They're going to do a play-action pass. You can see it's the inside linebacker, and he's got it. Nice catch. Good job by Freddie Strickland.
Packers will have their best beginning field position as they pick off Bledsoe.
Bledsoe was watching that outside linebacker and the inside linebacker. Strickland came in there and snuck it away from him.
Which will blow up miles an hour. The effects are certainly spectacular, and equally they do dominate the film. For example, the bus has to leap a 50-foot gap in a bridge over a freeway. Well, bear in mind that the vehicle isn't doing much more than 50 itself, so it's impossible, right? No, not in the movies. This is how they did it.
Crimes against humanity, war crimes has surfaced both in former Yugoslavia and Uganda. A half century after Nuremberg, we say...
This is how they did it.
The bus has to jump over a 50-foot gap in the freeway, which has yet to be completed.
That clearly there was a need for emergency food aid here. A political settlement has to progress probably at a different kind of rate. This sort of situation is clearly undesirable, but in some ways it may have been inevitable, may it not?
Well, it's not inevitable at all, because the United Nations has been monitoring Rwanda since long before the killings began. It arrived in Rwanda with 2,500 armed soldiers in December 1993 to police the transition to democracy, and it had these armed troops in place when the killings began.
Check the gate.
Gate's clean.
The troops who are now in Rwanda to simply cross the border and go into those camps.
We gotta find 5,000 Mexicans.
4,000! 3,000! 2,000! And you had your Weetabix?
And that thousands of unarmed civilians ran to the UN buildings for protection, but the UN failed even to change the mandate of their troops on the ground, and these people were slaughtered literally under the eyes of the United Nations.
What would you now like to say to the responsible for genocide that relief work has stopped? Robin Denslow reports.
The million refugees in the bleak, sprawling... And the linebacker's going to stay right underneath. They're going to do a play-action pass.
Politically motivated killings in Rwanda to triumph.
Wow, we didn't weep, fat boy.
To ensure restore order in these camps. The Zairians have told us they are willing to do this, but only with international assistance. This is...
They play. He struck it out.
Is that it's not as funny, it's not as frightening, and it's not as moving as Bambi.
Now,
Ray Crittenden the catch, gain of about 5 on the play and out of bounds, and the clock stopped.
of telling the troops who are now in Rwanda to simply cross the border and go into those camps.
We need a big! We need a big! We need a big!
We have like 5,000 Mexicans.
4,000! 3,000! 2,000! And you had your Weetabix? That makes my boys happy.
And when they're happy, they sing!
I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart.
I don't want to set the...
But Mr. Riza,
This has to be constructed each time.
But Mr. Riza, and African Rights is a 3-person organization, and since the killings were unleashed in Rwanda, we have managed to produce a 442-page report that details the killings, names the principal killers, exposes the strategies that were used. There is absolutely no excuse for the slowness with which the United Nations is approaching this problem in Rwanda. Strong, yet fight. Architects. Famous.
Amazing, isn't it? All done with mirrors.
Don't do it for the basketball throw. No, come on, don't do it. I ain't kidding. Hit the post drop.
11-yard touchdown pass for Green Bay.
Revenge killings by Tutsis. Drew was watching the other linebacker, Kuntz, and he snuck it on through there.
What a 15-year-old boy straight into his grave, and the rest of us straight to hell. Straight to hell. Funny. You are not a god. Why don't you pull the trigger and find out? Get back home.
On the crucial matter of revenge killings. After all that's gone on, the UN apparently can't find the money to finance the full team.
At the moment, there aren't sufficient observers anywhere within Rwanda to get a clear idea of whether there are any reprisal killings going on, if they're occurring on a large scale or not.
Is that all the UN troops?
No, there still isn't sufficient, and there needs to be some human
For children everywhere that one day we all have to grow up and face our responsibilities. Admittedly, the animation has a grand and epic look, and there's a terrifying wildebeest stampede guaranteed to induce nightmares in short persons and others who reckon that the...
That's away by Bryce Pop and a fumble.
They're still after it. They're still chasing for the ball.
Green Bay's got it. What a perfect throw to the New England Patriots. Second New England turnover today. The New England Patriots came into today as the only time in the Bill Parcells era with a plus giveaway takeaway. They were +1. First time they've had it.
Crimes against humanity, war crimes has surfaced both in former Yugoslavia and Uganda. A half-century after Nuremberg, we simply do not...
Wow, we didn't weep, fat boy.
We need a big! We need a big! We need a big!
We have like 5,000 Mexicans.
4,000! 3,000! 2,000! And you had your Weetabix?
It's an ancient Navajo word. It means stop. Ancient Navajo word. It means stop. It's an ancient Navajo word. It means stop.
It's clean.